Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Chapter 6, The Real Man. I found this chapter very instructive. NPR 619. He rises above the rock of opposition and splits it in twain, as does the sapling. He is like a great oak which rises above the shrubbery in the darkness and shakes out its branches in the glory above. This verse is a bit too flowery to me. It could give comfort to the arrogant and petty. The words are great, but how you start will dictate how the reader interprets the whole effort. Rising above opposition, it spins too much, creating the impression that overcoming must be through brute force. It is the soul that must overcome the opposition and weather the storm, not the body. It is your mind, not your body, that will be needed to overcome all obstacles. To forget the value of the soul and think only of muscle and bone would make too many overlook those that suffer so much and are not broken by it. Overall, the verse gets the point across. I am concerned about dealing with what the arrogant and petty could use to do evil, where none was intended. Words are imperfect. If you go too much toward poetry, you allow for others to interpret as they will. Your efforts were great, but if it allows the petty and arrogant to do evil, then you have failed to realize that what you do can inspire the least of us to do much damage. Book 5, Chapter 34, verse 21. It talks of a man that gains power and gains access to the books of wisdom, but lacked the wisdom to understand them in total, and created a new religion that imitated but was more focused on the rituals and not the wisdom. It was not completely wrong, but in arrogance, this man assumed he could interpret the words and did much damage by dividing the nation, leading to a civil war. The words were not at fault for the damage, but they could be misinterpreted and often leads to evil, even though the words taken in context would lead to harmony. Sometimes what will make reading easy and enjoyable will reach the wrong ears, and in arrogance use those words to cause much sorrow.